Oh,
かすから君は
I love them. You're the last one. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of chapter 31. We are still with Fuhua. We are fighting against the Herrscher of Corruption in the realm. In the last part, we unfortunately lost two of the kids, Cosma and Griseo. They sacrificed themselves to like trick the Herrscher of Corruption, right? It was really sad, and it was really like unexpected events in terms of like I didn't expect them to make this decision. Like I expected it more from like Cosma, you know, because like Cosma was always like the I want to be like Kevin, I want to be a hero. But for like Griseo to like play naive, to trick him into like not letting him die alone, and both of them like sacrificing themselves was insane. It was insane. I still don't know how long we have and how much is going to happen. We have 4 fighters left. We still have Aiden. I'm not sure where Aiden even is in this, because she was supposed to be like after parting with like Eponia, right? She was supposed to go to like Griseo to get the last key. So we don't know if that already happened and Aiden already is on her way to wherever she has to like, or we have to like activate the key, right? I think May is on her way to Sue, right? After like, I think Sakura sacrificed herself and fought against the Herrscher, right? So yeah, but we are still on the Fuhua part, and yeah, like also Mobius sacrificing herself to give Klein a future, you know, become infinite in this kind of way. And it was just crazy. Sometimes I don't even really know what to say anymore, because I feel like everything that's happening is just so insane at this point, you know. And it's like, even though I'm kind of mentally prepared for them to die, it still sometimes hits so hard. And I can't even imagine how it must have been if you like don't know what's happening, you know, because for me, I know what's happening because I have reacted to like all of the animated scenes before I started playing the game, so I kind of remember what the premise of like their stories is in some kind of way. But like getting the story around it is just always so, this is really a tragic story. This is really a tragic story. But anyways, I would say without further ado, we are heading right back in. It's going to be dramatic, I guess, dramatic and emotional, and yeah, let's just go. Let us continue. Chapter 31. I can't believe that this is the last chapter. I'm kind of scared even to like go back in all the time. Oh, wait, I'm... okay, but we're starting here. The gap between us is closing. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm about to die. Yeah, thanks to Mobius, right? Wait, I need to read. Yo, she is killing me. Am I supposed to win this? I'm just running away because she's crazy. She's only attacking me. Bro, stop. I forgot what I wanted to say. Yeah, I can't beat her, right? Yeah, she's literally too strong. No, this part starts too crazy. I'm losing Hua now, right? Then came Silent. No. Why? As she deduced, she gained the power to retaliate for a while, but as long as her opponent wanted to win, she stood no chance.
それだけですか。
No, Hua. In the darkness consuming her consciousness, she felt as if she had returned to the day of her departure.
自分にできることを知りたいです。
No.
あんたは一生分の時間でそれを考えられるから、焦る必要はないわ。
Man.
ですが、これが最後のチャンスです。答えを教えてください。
This was clearly impossible, that Dad was gone. Enjoy life, the Herrscher of Corruption had mocked. But somehow she felt this battle was a microcosm of her whole life. She gained power by coincidence, yet was still too weak to make a difference. The Hua in the Elysian realm also waited 50,000 years, but for life changes that never came. She may have had reasons to live, but none of them was strong enough. Sorry if you can hear the dog in the background. Or perhaps she was fated to die with regret. No, guys.
もう終わったよ。
Wait, is she gone?
ふわ、ここにいて。ゆっくりと死の訪れを感じて。
I hate her so much. She is like...
次は
I hate that I like know that I'm losing everyone, but it still like emotionally affects me a lot now that I'm losing everyone. Oh. Oh god. At the very next moment, a blaze erupted from her chest. From her chest. Its light rivaled that of a supernova.
いえ、まだ終わっていません。
She going over
神職の
metamorph?
律者。
Guys, I'm sorry if I talk somewhat quietly sometimes. I'm trying to talk and record in my like normal speaking voice, you know? Because like when I'm recording, I tend to like scream a lot, or like scream is a little bit like over the top, but I usually like speak very loudly. So I try to speak in my normal voice, but I feel like in the recording it sounds a little bit like I'm talking quietly, but it's just my normal talking voice. Having regained her feet, the soldier girl stood erect.
確かに。私は自分に何ができるかわかりませんし、何のために戦っているかもわかりません。しかし。
But maybe humans did not subsist on purposes. If every human was bound to die, how could generations of humans emerge from doom and carve out a future again and again? The girl did not know the right answer, so like those who came before, she told herself.
進みながら見ていきましょう。恐れるべからず。
I love Fuhua so much, and I say this literally in like every chapter that has something to do with her. I can't really describe it, but she's such a nice character just in general. It's crazy. Like, it's really hard to not like these characters. When I come back, we will go back to... Is that real Kevin or not? He believed his friend would never break his promise, but he never foresaw yesterday coming in his way. Oh, I think we are switching to Sue. Yeah. Oh, that looks like Nagazora. Is it? Oh. Wait, Sue gameplay?
神職の律者の内部が
This is the inside of the Herrscher of Corruption. This is basically like the Nagazora chapters, right? They just reused the map. He heightened his psychic senses and began reading his surroundings. It was not the depths of consciousness that Aponia visited. After total corruption, the data of the Herrscher of Corruption flowed into where he was. What? It was not the depths of consciousness that Aponia visited, true, because Aponia landed in like Mobius' space, right? But that space doesn't exist anymore because Mobius sacrificed herself for Klein, right? After total corruption, the data of the Herrscher of Corruption flowed into where he was and not into the space of Mobius anymore.
何の存在も感知できないのか。
Can't detect any existence. Okay, good or bad?
侵食を受けた後も自我を保てること以外に精神感知型の融合戦士である僕に
Right. He
何か
got
特別なとこ
himself
ろはないのだ
he
ろうか。
got himself corrupted, right, for Sakura.
まあいい。ケビンさえ見つけられれば僕の能力はどうだっていいんだ。
But why do we need to find Kevin's data? I mean, as far as I remember, Kevin's data should be good somewhere, right? So he was not fully deleted.
急ごう。
I think
謎の
Vilvi
三つの
was the
答えを
one tricking the
こ
Herrscher
こ
of
で全て
Corruption
明らかにしよ
into this kind of plan with like Kevin's data, right? The last answer to the riddle. True. We. Oh.
う。チレ。僕たちは敵ではない。
What the hell? There is some Sue
侵
gameplay.
食の律者のデータはこれほど雑然としているのか。この中からケビンを探す
Who's
のは
that?
海に落とした針を探すに等しい。が、
So just a
いらっしゃ
minute.
い、見てらっしゃい。好きなだけ選んで。偽物があったら値段の10倍を
Why
返金
is
するけど、
Pardo
返品は不可だ
here?
よ。
この声。まさか。
What the hell are you doing
や
here?
はり。
おや、そちらの旦那は見たことがない顔だね。初めて来たのかな？ちょうど仕入れをしたばかりなんだ。ほら、この辺りは安全じゃ
The
ないか
hood
ら。
is so
ご親友
cute.
に何か持っていた方が安心だよ。
This hood ain't safe. I was talking about this hood, and I think she's talking about the neighborhood.
ほら、これとか。
She finally realized that her customer was not taking forever to blink, but had never opened his eyes
あ、
instead.
なんでもない。必要があったらいつでも声をかけて。
Shouldn't she, if she like thinks he's blind, right, because he has his eyes closed, shouldn't she be the one who is like saying, come on, I can tell you what we have?
パルド。スーだ。
Pardo.
そうだったんだ。それで、スーダの旦那は何が欲しいのかな？
Help, maybe? When he was speculating the intent behind playing dumb and conceiving verbal probes, he noticed what was truly unusual about her. The hood? Her tail resulting from the metamorph surgery was nowhere to be seen. He immediately grasped why. Wait, is that her before the surgery?
なるほど。完全に侵食された記憶体が行き着く先は侵食の律者が編み出したレ
Where
ー
a
ンだったん
fully
だね。
corrupted sim goes.
こんな場所に送られた彼女は今も夢の中にいるのだろうか。
Huh. The thought rippled on his mind. He once faced an enemy that manipulated dreams, so that was the 8th Herrscher, right? Sentience in some kind of way. Their battle scarred him emotionally for life.
もしかしたらケビンもいやありえない。
If Kevin has also what? Been dreaming here? Changed? Can't remember? Fully corrupted? I don't know. He pondered with his head down, but his uneasiness
し
remained.
かし元凶の中だというのにこの年ではすでに崩壊が猛威を振るっている。
To be honest, I didn't expect this chapter to be like this huge around like the ending, you know?
パルドにとってはそれでももう十分なんだろうか。
The girl who always acted the most greedy was actually the easiest to satisfy. He was not surprised by
と
it.
にかく今はケビンを探そう。彼女が
Let's find
本物の
Kevin.
パルドならきっと夢の中でも 人並み以上の才能を見せてくれるだろう。君
Okay.
にある人のことを聞きたい。
ふむ、何でも言って。商売するときは好き嫌いな
I
んてし
never
ないか
judge
ら
my
ね。
client.
人でも物でも何でも問題なし。
名はケビン。年は僕と同じだ。髪色は白。
He looks rather
見
aloof.
た目は少し冷たく感じる。
You know what I kind of got spoiled on? That Vita is somehow like a variant. I don't know if variant is the right word, but she is somehow Sue, right? I think like in the, because I rewatched that recently, like the trailer with like Vita and Sparkle, when Sparkle came into like, came as a playable character to Honkai Impact, I think she called her by the name Sa. And I think Sue was also talking about like he was in another universe a woman or something, or I don't know if it was another universe, but somehow something like that. I think he mentioned this somewhere.
ふむ。
That's kind of crazy.
それって王子様のこと？彼のことを知らない人がいたんだ。
It's charming. So he turned into a prince then.
楽勝だよ。でも、旦那も知ってると思うけど、このだから費用に関しては。
Hearing the name, Sue's heart sank. Without further ado, he took off an earring. So
個人
he's
からもらったものだ。
paying with an
高い
earring?
値がつくだろう。案内を頼む。
It doesn't matter if it's a priceless gift from a friend. What matters is if she can sell it, right? But I think her goods are more like these kind of stuffs. Pardo's eyes beamed. After carefully validating his claim, she let out her usual laugh.
なんだか申し訳ないな。
Crazy.
じゃあ早速出発しようか。旦那。
It's been such a
身の安
long
全に関
time,
しては
like
料金に含まれてないから。気をつ
she
け
was
て
the
ついてきて
first
ね。
actual like deletion death that we saw in here, right? I mean, Kevin and Elysia, I think they were already gone. But I think she was number 3, right? And we had a whole cutscene and it was very sad. It doesn't cover security. It's okay.
すごいだろう。これは私が苦労してやっと手に入れた最新技術なんだ。すごそうな名前も
It
持っ
looks
てる
like
ん
a
だよ。
memory shard.
旋回
Cosmic
なんだったかな。
神の鍵もここにあるのか。しかし、まさかこんな使い方をされると
These
は。
are cosmic. Is it the cosmic juggernaut? Is that the right name for the second divine key? I think it was called like that, right?
ここに来たばかりの頃、すぐにこういうネットワークを作ったんだ。ほら、隠れ家は多い方が安心だろ。
We are just
まさか
casually walking
これのお
around
かげで
in
商売がう
Nagasona.
まくいくとは思わなかったよ。本当
Money
に
loves me.
金
Oh,
運に恵まれてるってやつだね。
I have to talk to her. Oh, Kevin. Kevin, save me.
来たのか。ス、 ケビン。
Kevin. It was him. Seeing that his dear friend had not fallen into slumber like Pardo, Sue felt slightly relieved. However, he soon felt guilty for having that
も
thought.
しかしたら、パルドのようになった方が。
I mean, don't get me
彼にとっては
wrong, they all
良かったの
deserve
かもしれない。
happiness in some kind of way, right? The two of them stood there and gazed at each other for a long while.
え
You can go, Pardo. She seemed to pick up the change in the air.
案内は済んだし、その
Bye bye,
先に
Pardo.
失礼するよ。
待ってくれ。パル。
Oh, yet the girl, as if afraid of being kept, did not look back and vanished around the
行
corner.
かせてやれ。僕たちがこれからしようとしていることは、もともと彼女とは無関係だ。
Man, I never liked Kevin, but since like Honkai Star Rail and like Finan and getting like used to like Kevin's Japanese voice, I don't know, like Kevin is a tragic hero in some kind of way, right? He's like doing bad stuff, but like he wants to do good. Like it's always the same if someone like turns into a villain, right? They have like good reasons, but like the way of like trying to get to the goal is like wrong, right? And like in the realm, Kevin is a really good person, I think.
そうではないかもしれないよ、ケビン。
Hmm.
今までの観測中にパルドのデータも一度は消えたんだ。おそらくそれもビルビーの計画の一部なんだろう。
But this is the Herrscher of Corruption's place, right? So
計画はどこまで進んだ？
well,
君にとっての最後の一歩はすぐそこまで来ている。
in your case, the last
ビルビー
stage.
は君にどれだけ教えたんだい？
Why in his case?
僕は精神感知型ではない。だが彼女の話によると、侵食を受けたとしても、一
Okay.
時的に
I mean,
自我を
he's
維持することができる。
doing exactly that, right?
だからいざという時に、僕は内部から全力の一撃を放ち、外の決戦のために
She will
Chance
need me
を
to
作ってほしい
attack
と
with
言われた。
all my might from the inside to create an opportunity for the decisive battle. I mean, that's true, right? Kevin is like our strongest fighter.
それだけなのかい？
その通りだ。
それも嘘ではないが、まだ十分ではない。
Hmm.
事実、彼女は僕に
A
答え
triple
が3つある
riddle.
謎を残した。そのう
We
ちの
need
2
to
つは
serve
解き
the
明かした
third
が、
one.
最後の1つは
I don't really think we heard what the riddles actually are.
彼女は最も安全な場所をヒントにした。侵食を受けた僕がここ、最も危険な場所に来て、君の全力の一撃に協力できるようにね。
She said the safest place, ironically, to make me become corrupted and come to the most dangerous place to assist in your attack.
その必要はあるのか？
Where is May though? Wasn't she supposed to like meet up with Sue? And now Sue is with Kevin. And where is Aiden? And Aponia should be corrupted as well, right? But she's still, according to like the pictures, she's still alive. So what are we doing?
君は長く侵食を受けているからね。
Oh, is he supposed to like do the same thing that he did with like Sakura, where he like eased her corruption?
自我の維持ができるとはいえ、
But you don't
たと
possess
え
enough
全ての
data
デー
to
タを使い果た
perform
して
that
も、
uns-
圧倒的な一撃を放つには足りないだろう。
So he sacrifices himself, like he did like give parts of his data to Sakura, right? And now he's like giving parts of like his data, or like all his data maybe, to Kevin.
君は僕の全てを代わりに、いや、 僕を使い力を補完する必要がある。
Man.
その後、君と僕はどうなる？
You will die.
共に消え、なくなる。
I don't know what's even better. Like dying? Is dying the same as turning into nothingness? It probably is, right? I mean, if you die, you still have like bodily remains in some kind of way, right? But they will just cease to exist.
わかった。
僕を止めるつもりはないんだね。
Man. Like, my coping mechanism in these chapters is like very strong, you know? Like, I feel like my brain is trying to like shut down a little bit the emotions, because this is like so much. I feel like, you know, the story writing is like very good. You are constantly on this like pace of emotionally being wrecked, you know? Like, it's so sad to me. I understand what they are doing and their plans, but it's like, I'm actually very sad that this is supposed to be like this. Just, like, it's very unreasonable, right? Because the House of Corruption is saying, I love them, I want to save them, I want to give them what they deserve, but they don't want it. And, like, with what the House of Corruption thinks is best for them and what their wishes are, right? She's like interfering with us and makes them sacrifice themselves, you know?
君が僕の 親友でなければ止めただろう。だがそれが僕たちに必要な手段だと君がそう思っているのなら信じて当然だ。
ありがと
タイミングはもう来たのか？
もうすぐだよ。メビウスが僕たちに隙を作ってくれる。その時侵食の律者の力は
I don't know about
僕たちが
that
撃破で
because
きる
like
程度まで衰えるはずだ。
Mobius, yeah, like Mobius was supposed to like connect the realm to reality.
なら今僕たちは何をすべきだろうか？
待つことだ。
We wait. The white-haired man nodded and did not pursue the matter. He turned away a little and resumed gazing into the distance. That was when Sue realized this action was why Kevin's posture looked rather unnatural. Following his gaze, he saw a place that grew increasingly familiar.
上空視。
Wasn't I saying this?
あ、
Yeah.
それもそうか。君はこの元凶の主だからね。
So, but did Nagazora exist in the previous era as well? Probably, right? But isn't it weird to name it like the same? Anyways,
ただ知らなかった。
I didn't know I
まさか
belonged to
君
see
の
his
最も見たい景色が
May. At first glance, he could tell the city was ravaged by Honkai. Even in this unrepressed fantasy, the catastrophe that changed their lives was not forgotten.
いや、ここの景色は変わり続けている。でもそれはすべて僕の過去だ。
It's still weird though, right? To have like the previous era that had the same places as the current era. Indeed, Kevin was a man who anyone would deem a prisoner of his past. I mean, we kind of all knew that this is true, right?
僕にできるのは待つことだけだ。だからここで時間つぶしをしても別に構わない。
そう。どうだった？
いくつかの可能性を考えてみた。絶対に不可能なことを考えてみても何の意味もないが。
可能性。そうだね。もしこの世界に崩壊がなければ、今日僕たちが振り返る過去はどんなものになっていただろう。
Man, I really wish they could have just, you know, have a normal life. Kevin turned around upon hearing those words. If his face was still expressive, he would have looked funny.
僕たちはとうにその質問について話し合っただろう。
別の形。
An age-old remembrance suddenly came back to him.
覚えてくれていたんだ。
ああ、ス。一人の運命はその性格にある。つまりスーの考えは変わってないんだな。
Are they showing me like happy memories?
医者、それが君の目標？
またかケビン。昔から君はいつもこうだ。
Man, like young Kevin, he was like so full of joy.
僕の理想を一通りからかわないと気が済まないのかい？
They look so cute though. Look at Sue, man.
そんなことないよ。医学は君に向いてると言っただろ。
That is so wholesome.
ただ君の器を考えると少し役不足じゃないのか？
はあ、しばらく会っていない間に君はますます調子のいい人になったね。医療活動は君が考えるように簡単じゃない。
True.
ましてや何？
いや、君にもう一度笑われたくないし。
Man.
それじゃあつまらないだろう。今日は君に僕の理想を語るつもりだったのに教えてくれ。僕たちの仲だろ。
なんとなくだけど、僕が目指しているのはただ患者を治すだけの医者じゃない。
And he was so right for that, right? Man, this is breaking my heart.
僕は世界の病気も治そうとする医者になりたいんだ。
Man.
うん。え？
説明するのは難しい。僕自身もどうすればいいか分かっていないからね。それより君の話をしよう。理想とかは特にないと君は言っていただろ
う？今は違うよ。
Didn't you say you don't have real dreams? Guys, this is so sad. Like showing me their happy memories and then like killing them off is... The game writing is really mean sometimes. Like last time I had to kill Griseo and Cosma, and now I have this little like happy memories between friends, right? Man.
スー、言ったら君はびっくりするかもしれない。僕は
Poor
ヒーローになる
Kevin.
って決めたんだ。
I don't know what to say, but like Kevin, like young Kevin is so full of hope, and he was such a nice kid in some kind of way, right? He was so full of life, and then he just had to change, and now he's like so different.
どうしたんだ？
そのどうしてそう思ったかはさておき、君ヒーローが何を意味するのか
Man.
ちゃんと分かっているのかい？
もちろんさ。ヒーローとは現れた困難を解決し襲ってくる苦しみを担うもの。ヒーローは自発的になるものではなく予想外の結果なんだ。
確かにヒーローは目標ではない。一つの行動、そしてその結果だ。メイは他に何か言ってたかい？
ああ、彼女は君
そもそもそれが君自身の考えだとは思えな
I
いよ。
want to know what May
Kevin.
said, but I feel like the previous era May is like so different from the May in the current era, and I'm not really sure if I would have liked her if she was like more part of the story.
僕だって何だったかな。
Epiphany.
悟りを開いたりするよ。
Man, I'm sad, guys.
スー、君は一体どうしたんだ？今まではメイの話をするときにそんな態度をとっていなかったじゃないか。
あの頃の君はまだメイの影になっていなかったから
You
ね。
weren't her shadow back then.
君、まさか少しも気づいていないのかい？
え？それの何が悪いのかな？
I feel like it's because May, like at a very young age, right? May in the previous era was doing this research, right? I think someone came up to her and offered her to like do this research because she was so good at school and stuff like that, right? So they were very young, and I feel like because they had this relationship, he wanted to become a part of her world as well, to be like near her, right? I feel like maybe if they wouldn't have been together, maybe Kevin would have thought differently. And I think that's what Sue trying to say, that he became a shadow of her.
メイは天才だよ。彼女に教えを請うのは正しいやり方じゃないのか。たまに思うんだ。誰かが先頭に立つならそれはメイであってほしい。少なくとも僕一人で手探りで進むよりは、メイについていく方が。
だが君が彼女についていくことを選んでしまえば、もう二度と彼女と肩を並べられなくなる。
So he's saying there is a difference in like balance. He will be subordinate kind of stuff to her instead of like being equally to her, right?
その時君はきっと苦しむだろう。
And he is, right? I think like Kevin loved May a lot.
じゃあ
You're
君は
not
彼
sure
女
though,
に
but
どう答えたんだい？
did you tell her that you want to be a hero?
実は 頬を赤くする彼女が見たくて
Oh
わざとこう言ったんだ。
god.
君一人のヒーローになりたいって。でも彼女はとても不思議な返答をくれてね。こう言われたんだ。誰かのヒーローになれたならきっとみんなのヒーローにもなれる。
Maybe, maybe not. Depends.
ス
It can also be a villain for everyone.
そうだね。一人の運命はその性格にある。だからこそ人の運命はもしかしたら一つだけなのかもしれない。たとえ崩壊がなくても他の出来事が起こり、僕たちを今日の立場へと至らしめるだろう。
Other matters would push us toward the same destination. I mean, questionable depends on what kind of hero the world needs if there is no Honkai.
ケビン、
How do you
ず
be
っと疑問に思っ
a
ていたことがある。
hero without danger in the
君が答
world?
えをくれるといいんだが。
Or maybe he would just be normal military. Kevin, one thing has intrigued me. I'm hoping you could provide an
メイ
answer.
が言い出した世界の本質に関する推測はもう証明されたのだろうか。
Conjecture on the essence of the world.
ああ、
What is the essence of the world?
道理で。
What?
つまり世の中の出来事はすでに決められた演目に過ぎないのかい。一部の信者が考えたように僕たちが経験してきたことはすべて、さらに高い場所に行き人類としての子供時代を終わらせる資格を確認するためだと。
Worthy of ascending to a higher plane and ending the childhood of humanity.
いや、
That is crazy wording.
僕が経験したことは僕の全てであり、何かを成し遂げるための代価ではない。
All that I've experienced is my all, not the price I pay for success.
だから僕はその一部を決して否定しない。たとえそれが失敗でも
Okay.
苦痛でも。
I'm not sure I'm following like the meaning of this conversation right now.
耐えることのない痛みだとしても。
Oh,
耐えることのない痛みだとしてもだ。
I mean, that's basically what he's doing, right? Kevin was a man who anyone would deem a prisoner of his past. But he was not. He did not need to go back. He had not changed at all from beginning to end. To this day, he was still devoutly practicing what he quipped about.
僕がそれらを避けたら、メイよ、君よ、それから彼女が僕たちとこの世界にもたらしたすべてを否定することになる。
エリシア。
Hmm.
確かに僕たちはそのためにここにやってきた。
メイの言った通りだ。みんなのヒーローになるより、誰かを助ける方がずっと難しい。だが少なくとも僕たちはそういうチャンスをもう一度手にした。
I actually feel really bad for Kevin. He has such a burden to bear, it's crazy.
じゃあ今度こそ結末は変わるだろうか。
I mean, we don't know, right?
相手はあのエリシアだ。
Probably not.
おそらく変わらないだろ
But no one told me what happened in the previous era. I don't really know how it ended then, right? So they were fighting the final Herrscher on the moon. But was Elysia there? I don't really know, right? Like what exactly happened back then? I think the game doesn't really tell me, right?
だが少なくとも僕たちはあの時のように
Maybe I should watch a
開墾を感じずに
summary, like a video or something
そうだろう。
about like the previous era Elysian realm stuff after we finish this chapter. We can live without regrets.
う。あれが彼女のダ
Her
ンスパーテ
dance
ィーなら、
party. Oh, that was why they were saying, oh, we are starting the final dance or something like that, right?
今回 主役には最後に登場してもらおう。
僕も同じことを考えていた。
Crazy.
それで僕たちのタイミングはまだなのか。
Didn't he ask this before?
もう少し待とう。
Keep on waiting, Kevin.
何度繰り返されても一人の選択は何も変わらない。僕たちはすでにそれを証明した。
Crazy.
ビルビーの計画が全てそれに基づいているのなら。
But Vilvi's plan was built on Mobius's plan. Was it not?
その最後の一部ももうすぐ。
最後の一部？お客さん、言ってることがよくわからないんだけど。
Wait, why is Pardo here?
ああ、わか
おう
った。最後まで取っておいた品物のことでしょう。
What's going on with her?
待ってて、
Oh, she's
す
a
ぐに持ってくる
projection?
よ。
もういいよパルド。もうとぼけないでいいから。
How is Expat Vilvi here?
君の自我を維持するために私はバックドアとしてここに存在しているんだ。
To help you maintain yourself.
それはちゃんと機能してる。
お客さん、バックドアなんかないよ。
じゃあパルド、一つ質問に答えてもらえないかな。初対面のスーが自分の名前を呼んだとき、どうして君は違和感を覚えなかったのかな。
ほら、商売だから。お客さん、他に何か用は？ないなら、私、他の場所で仕入れをしないといけないんだけど。
But how is a projection of like Vilvi here?
もちろんある。
Because she said
君にガイドをお願いしたいんだ。
this is the back door? What?
案内してもらうのはかなり特殊な客なんだけど。
Need you to guide a special customer?
特殊？
人じゃなくてケビンの攻撃なんだ。破壊力は本物だけど、ただそのまま放ってもどうでもいいデータを壊すだけで鍵となる点は壊せない。今は君だけが成し遂げられるんだ。外部への通路を開き、彼の一撃が鍵となる場所で効果を発
So
揮
the
できるよう
attack is
導いてほしい。
supposed to land on the Herrscher?
お客さん、言ってることが全然わからないよ。そうだ、他の人に頼んでみたらど
Why
うかな。
don't you find someone else, bro?
私は
Pardo.
お先。
Okay. Meanwhile, she was stepping back, ready to repeat the trick of fleeing before the other could
わ
react.
かった。じゃあ
Somehow, the other's nonchalant attitude made her want to stay.
パルド、言ったはずだよ。君の自我を維持するためだけにこのバックドア
To
は存在
help
して
you
るんだ。
maintain yourself. Like, how do you plan all of this? This is crazy.
君に無理強いする力を私は持ってないんだよ。ほら、ここに境界なんかないでしょ。君はどんな時よりも自由だよ。
You're at your freest.
君のすべきことをしなくていい。君のしたいことをしてみて。
変なやつ。
Eh? What a weirdo.
時間の
Man.
無駄だった。
お
最初から相手にしなければよかった。それに、
Why does it
そ
look
れに
so
さ、
different now?
私、ちゃんとスーの兄ちゃんに協力して、ケビンの旦那を見つけたんだよ。
As Vilvi said, the back door that helped Pardo maintain herself worked. But there was one thing out of her control. Despite not being ensnared in the illusion, the girl named Pardophilis was not of the resolve.
まったく。
Wait?
どうして生きるか死ぬかの瀬戸際に立たないといけないの？幻覚の中で生きたっていいんじゃないの？私たちは、そもそもデータだよ。
I mean, kind of true, but at the same time, do you really want to like live in the illusion of the Herrscher of corruption?
でも、
But an inexplicable sentiment was stuck in her chest. In the past, whenever she stood in front of the graves of fallen companions with tributes, the sentiment would begin haunting her for no
ここ
reason.
のすべては完璧で、ずっと求めてきた生活なのに。
I mean, I can't even imagine how much they have lost, right? Throughout, like, fighting so many Herrschers. It's crazy.
私は悔しく感じてしまうの。
She reminds me a little bit of like Kiana, you know.
わかった。わかったよ。私だけが成し遂げられるなら、今回だけ、最後の1回だけだから、ケビンの旦那、急ぎすぎないでよね。
That's cute. Just use Cosmic Juggernaut from there to guide Kevin's attack. Can I do it, guys? Oh.
よし、これで問題ないかな。ああ、早く逃げないと。ケビンの旦那の攻撃は余波だけでも私にとっては命取りになるから。規模が大きすぎて維持できないのかな。
No, she has to stay, right?
知らない。そんなの知らないもん。私が欲しいと思ってきた生活はこんなに些細なものなのに。日向ぼっこして昼寝してそれだけなのに。そんな生活のために何度も命をかけないといけないの。
Yet she still kept going. There was no doubt that without human maintenance, the path would not last. As for the maintainer in the attack's trajectory, what would become of her was painfully obvious.
イルビーの姉ちゃん、最初からこうなるって分かってたのかな。ダメ、絶対にダメだよ。私、死ぬのが一番怖いもん。ヒーローのことはヒーローに任せればいいじゃない。私はただの凡人なのに。
Imagining being devoured by that fire made her smell her own ashes. She shuddered uncontrollably and quickened her pace.
現実にいる私もきっと同じ判断をしたんだよね。月に行って終焉と戦うなんてどう考えても弱い私の番じゃないよ。
So she was there on the moon as well. I can't really remember which of them was on the moon and which weren't.
それに私は逃げるのが一番得意なんだよ。そう、きっとそうだよ。現実にいる私はきっとまだ生きてて、今どこかで日向ぼっこしてるに決まってる。それなら私どうしてこんな場所で死ななきゃいけないの。
Indeed, her good luck was unparalleled. She could get out of any danger if she wanted. Indeed, she never dreamed of greater things. Her desires were too simple to warrant a heroic death. Indeed, she played many tricks just so she could see the sunrise again. To find a reason for someone like her to voluntarily choose death when she could live.
ありえないよ。
Man.
いくら考えてもちゃんと生きていけるのに。でも
But why did her feet, which should be taking her to safety, take her back to that path?
でも凡人ならたまにバカをやらかしてもきっと許されるんだよね。エリの姉ちゃん、私は損する商売をしない主義なんだから、絶対に帰ってきてよね。
She stretched out a hand. It was still trembling, but it stopped the path from fading into darkness.
わかってる。運が良くなかったらそもそも私は選ばれてないし、その一員になってなかった。みんなと同じ場所にいるはずもなかった。だからエリの姉ちゃん、少なくともあの時決意してくれたエリの姉ちゃんをできるかどうかはわからないけど最善を尽くすよ。
As if, like, seeing them dying once wasn't already crazy enough, but then, like, being here again and seeing her sacrificing herself again is crazy.
戻ってきたら 絶対に私を褒めて。
Oh. She's flickering now. She ultimately made the same decision, even when she had no way to convince herself. Meanwhile, the attack that had been waiting for its moment was almost ready. She felt the air around her climb to an unbearable temperature.
きっと苦しいだろうな。
And now she's back with her tail and everything. She shuddered even more at the thought of the blaze sweeping in. But she did not back off one bit. She's like literally burning. This is crazy.
大丈夫。自分で自分を脅かしてどうする。無事かもしれないし。私はいつも運に恵まれてるから。私はパルド・フェリス。私は
13英傑の一員。
なるほど。何があっても僕たちは疑うべきではない。
では行こう。僕たちの過去に最後の駒を置く時が来た。この一撃を放った後は勝利を手に入れられるかどうかにかかわらず、君自身の
Any last
存在は消え
words?
てしまう。
Man.
何か
少なくとも今回は君が僕より先に行くことはない。
がっかりさせるかもしれないが、
I'm still going out earlier.
間違いなく僕は君より少し早く消えるよ。だがほんの少しだけだ。
He remembered those words spontaneously.
もしいつかこうやって私に対してトリガーを引くことで大多数の人々を助けられるのなら、ケビン、あなたはどうするの？
人類の未来も囚人の理想も関係ない。今回僕は自分の命を重厚に押し込める。
I load myself into the chamber.
たった一人を救うために。
一回きりのチャンスだ、ケビン。僕が君の剣になろう。
I love them.
天下いでよ。
A blaze erupted from her chest. Its light rivaled that of a supernova. Oh, we are back with Fuhua. The two in a standoff finally saw it in its eternity. Entirely. What? What am I reading? I'm too emotionally wrecked. I don't want to play anymore. It was a blow that exemplified absolute destruction. It was the blow that led the people to go beyond the final. They really shot her. That is crazy, but she is still here.
ケビン、彼は成し遂げたのですね。彼女の力が無視できないほど減っています。その体内にある何かが
Something
消えました。
inside her was gone. Where is May though?
あなたたち一人また一人とどうしてもこうしないと気が済まないの？
You know, whenever something like this happens and she's like sassy and mad, I'm getting mad as well, bitch. This is your doing. I can't... Guys, I cannot say this enough. I'm so mad at her. And why is she mad at them? Why must you be one by one do the same? Why must you do this? We could have lived here nice and peacefully, you know?
命を大事にするってあなたたちにとって
Valuing
それほど難
life?
しいことなの？
What is she talking? I'm so mad at her.
それは 必要があるかどうか次第じゃないでしょうか。
They valued their sim lives and you destroyed it?
ならフは
Hello?
あなたはちゃんと考えたの？あなたも彼らと同じことをするつもり？
I will like cut your head off.
どうしてそうしてるかもわからないのに。
Even if you don't know what do you know? What do you know? Hmm?
命の意味を知っている者だけがその重さを担うことができる。私はそういう人間じゃありません。彼らが理由がない状況でそれを担ってきたなら
True.
私
I hate her. She's crazy.
いいよフは。私も決めたよ。これからあなたに私の全力を見せてあげる。けどもうあなたを死なせるつもりはない。生かして、あなたを生かし、
I will make you
永
live
遠に死な
forever.
せない。
Well, if it's in your world, I don't want to live forever. Just kill me right off the bat.
長い一生を送らせた後にその口で認めてもらう。自分のかつての仲間たちはどれほど愚かだったか。
Foolish Beyonce. Like, we just have to kill her. I'm done with her. Oh, oh. I mean, I'm not even doing damage.
これは仲間たちが犠牲になってあなたに作ってくれたチャンスだよ。どうして掴もうとしないの？
I'm not doing any damage at all. Even though Kevin's attack time is now.
第8の神の鍵
Oh,
都政の
what are we
羽
doing with Feng Huang down?
最後にもう一度
Oh wait, I
力になってください。
changed. Battle suits. Now I'm doing damage.
これ以上戦う
やっぱりできないんだね。ふわ、
I'm going to kill you.
また説
Shut
教
up.
するつもり？
Mm.
興味があるよ。
Come on, Hua, we can do it. Be a badass bitch.
もう
Let's
分か
go.
ったはずだよ、フワ。すべてを変えるために犠牲だけじゃ
It
何
can
の
if I
役にも
kill
立たない
you.
ようだ。
Shut up.
生きる方がマシだよ。それでこそチャンスがあるから
We
ね。
are already dead.
数
I
千
mean, what are
年
you
数万
talking
年後
about?
の私はあなたにわざと倒されて復讐を遂げさせてあげるかもしれないよ。
Well, then let's get the real Hua here. She will kill you. What am I supposed to do?
あなたの正しさを私に認めさせ
The
るのが目的
background
な
is
ら
crazy.
これ以上話さなくて結構です、私たちの間に正誤はありませんし、そもそも最初から相手を説得できる可能性も皆無です。
Can you now leave my Elysian realm, please?
同じ弱者であること以外、私たちは全く異なる道を歩いています。
We're weaklings.
同じ弱者。
She doesn't like that at all.
うわ、自分のことをそんな風に言わないで。ここまで頑張ってきたから、あなたはとても偉いよ。
そ
Can
れ
we
こそ
just kill her? She's like getting on my
私たちが相手を
nerves
説
and like
得できない
really
理由です
bad.
この類の感情はあ
You
なたには
can't
理解できま
understand
せん。
this emotion.
同じ弱者であるあなたは自分を強くすることを選びました。しかし人類は他の弱者たちと協力することを選んだのです。犠牲はそのための一つの手段に過ぎず、特殊なところなど何もありません。
How can you not love Fuhua, man? She is such a wise person. Even back in the previous era, she was such a wise person.
つまりフワはその2つの生き方のどちらが正しいかを比較したかったの？
比較する必要はありません。
Mm,
この2者は本質的に違いますから。
they are.
あなたは生きることを選びました。しかし文明を選びます。 私はただあなたの質問に答えたかっただけです。
They choose to give a new civilization a chance to live and, you know, like defeat the Honkai, right?
それが人類の選択なら、
フワ、あなた。
Shut up.
私の選択も。都政の羽、最後にもう一度力になって、そうしたら何ができるのか 私にもわかるはず。
Himeko.
第一定格出力、私にもう一度束縛を振り切らせて。
Oh, God. They are going all out against her. To eradicate all, including herself. As the last straw, it was unfittingly grand. Man, everyone is just sacrificing themselves, guys. I need to laugh it off because I feel like I can't do this.
あなたずっとそうしたかったの？
She literally eradicated the place.
コズマとグレーシュからヒントを得たんです。
Oh, she's still here. Wait.
都政の羽の
Can't even talk,
第一
guys.
定格出力は引き換えに記憶を燃やさなければ使用できません。
Memories.
ただ記憶によって構成された空間の中では己の全部を燃やすことになります。
Oh.
もちろん成功するという自信はありません。
In order to weaken... Right, we had... Yeah.
けどあなたも知ってるはずだよ。私を
But you are getting
完全に消
weaker
滅
because
させることは
without the
できない。
data and the memories, you are nothing.
あなたが決意し全力を尽くしても最終的に消した障害はたった一つだけ。あなた自身だけだよ。
確かにそうですね。ですが侵食の律者、今あ
You
なた
don't
も
look
気
so
づいて
good
るはずでしょ。
too.
あなたはも
You can no longer.
うエリシアの姿を維持できなくなっています。
Oh my god. Damn.
侵食の律者、それが私たちの目的です。
So it's just a weird robot now.
何？あなたたち
Alicia's voice.
一体
That is
何をしたと
crazy.
いうの？
あなたの言うように勝利への唯一の障害である私たち自身を排除しました。
Like them and the whole place, right?
666の支配権を手に入れるためにあなたは自分自身がエリシアになると決
And
めたでしょ
now
う。
she is not able to become Elysia,
し
right?
かしエリシアを侵食しなかったという前提でそれを成し遂げるには方法は一つだけ。 他の
That
英
is
傑の
so
記憶を獲
smart.
得し続け編み出すことです。
最初から知ってたの？だからあの時グレイシとコズマは自分たちのことを抹消したんだね。私の力が増すことを心配したのではなく。
Man.
ええ、これ以上あなたがエリシアに近づけないようにするためです。そして今のようにすでに
Wait, why
侵
is it
食
so
を受けた
big now?
英傑も何らかの形で己のデータを燃やしました。
理解できない。そんな理由であなたたちは自分の人生の全部を捨てるの？
This is what made you give up your life. That is the only way. What do you mean? If you wouldn't have been doing this shit, like everyone would still be alive, you ugly thing.
もし私が彼女になることができず、じゃあ雷の律者はどうしてそれができるの？
Wait, what?
あのプログラムが起動しない限り、私は勝利を手に入れられる。
The Hash of Thunder brought Elysia back? What is she talking about?
私はそもそも計画者ではありませんので、それでも私は彼女を信じます。なぜなら
Wait, I'm bringing
あ
Elysia
なたと
back
違っ
how?
て彼女が持っているのはデータだけでは
She
な
has
く
more than
記
data.
憶もですから。
Ah, right. I think Sue mentioned something like this, right? Like creating the space with the surgery where everyone is safe. And I think we are recreating Elysia out of May's memories. That is
今
insane.
あなたは外への道、メイさんを阻止する機会、
You've lost them
それから
all.
プログラムを奪う手段を全部失いました。
We got her.
ですがエリシアがメイさんに与えた変化、残した痕跡、それこそ、彼女があなたに勝つために必要な鍵です。
私に勝つ。
Now she's going even more
それは
crazy. This is insane. As she had done with other flame chasers, she began spreading herself out. As she repeated the process, she could still weave the form of Elysia from limited data. Meanwhile, she had decided to assimilate her opponent before she would burn away.
あまりシンプルに考えすぎない方がいいと思うよ。
And now I'm losing Fuhua, right?
私は一度できたんだから、二度目だって造作もない。死ぬなんて許さない。あなたには生きて、私の勝利を見届けてもらうよ。
It's like crazy how she looks in reality.
私たちには正誤の違いがあるって認めてもらう。
もう遅いですよ。
However, no sign of corruption appeared on her. Almost all her data had disappeared before the authority could kick in. In the Elysian realm woven by memories, of the 13 that failed to become heroes, only one remained. The 13 flame chasers would become nothing more than a name of the past. In this ending that signified failure in every sense, the final message left by the person who drew the boundary was,
過去から見れば確かに私たちは敗者です。しかし未来から見て神職の律者、私たちを開拓者にする戦い
Oh
は
my god.
今から始まるのです。
What is happening? Wait, now a pony is dead as well? Oh god, oh god. And now we have like Eden. The question is, will I finish it up in like 45 minutes? Or not? Story chapter 9. I don't know, guys. Okay, guys, I would say we are still going on. We will see. I feel like there is still a lot of like Eden backstory, and then we need to find out how Elysia is coming back, right? I mean, we need to create the world, or like even Elysia, out of the memories, right? The world began in white. A boundless white encased May, taking her to a dimension between existence and non-existence. Scattered thoughts drifted in the void and converged into a path with neither beginning nor end. This wide path was where May came to. Okay. I'm inside my memory. Motes of light flickered around her, from which a wobbly voice came.
古の楽園ができた頃に英傑たちがやっていたように、君の思考を記憶体、いや、記憶空間という形で、そうすることで初めて僕たちは
Crazy. Then the sound died down, and May was alone again. She would look for every moment she spent with her here, tracing it with memories and embellishing it with thoughts, until this white canvas was full of her colors. Finally, she would recreate a sim that had gone. Is Elysia coming back now? Riding a roller coaster and eating peanuts with your eyes. I have to admit, that's a good metaphor. Let's go. She stepped out. Wow. This kind of reminds me of like Nier Automata. Oh, it's so bright, guys. Am I seeing Elysia now? Am I like building my own Elysian realm now? Behind this door are my memories of her, huh? Which part will it be? May rested her hand on the knob. So many things have happened. I will start from the beginning. Coming here and meeting Elysia, right? So is this a throwback? Where is Aiden's story though?
じゃあ、私のことは覚えてる？
Nah, Miss Pink
違う
Girl.
わ。何それ、私のあだ名？
Oh, but I can tell you love that nickname from your actions. Just kidding, of course I do. A name mentioned by everyone and involved in everything. You wouldn't forget it if you were me. Elysia, the way I see it, she was a girl as beautiful as this name. And her heart was as pure as this name. Man. This is crazy. Look at this. We are creating Elysia out of our memories. This is so special.
ねえ、私のこと、どう見える？メイの前で武器を取り出したのは、これが初めてよね。
Isn't this chapter 1 of the Elysian Room?
私、弓が似合うでしょう。
Come to think of it, you're the first flame chaser to turn against me. Looking back, that battle wasn't even a game. I suppose it was just a date for you. Isn't it too much? Our conversation was cut short. Both you two fine, but I wanted to see you use other weapons too.
あら、そんなに褒められると恥ずかしくなるわね。まあ、ケビンと比べたら、私は多分少し弱いと思うけど。
A little bit, if you say so. In exchange, you must show me how strong the second in command and the original first of the flame chasers really was. Man.
ちょっとしたプレゼントよ。エリシアから。
Wait, I forgot that I got a key from her. Speaking of which, you gave me a crystal flower, which Eden and Vilvi had. I should have known it's a habit of yours. A crystal flower can only represent one person in the realm. At the time you said in the following journey, I'd receive gifts from the other flame chasers, gifts about the realm and the secrets I thought. And now I've met every flame chaser and accepted their legacy. What about you? Will you honor me for officially graduating from you at this journey's end? Man. Officially graduating. That is sad.
彼女の角に触りたい。
Of course they had to bring this back.
すごく気になるわ。
I knew it would come up sooner or later. There were many facets to her. She could be willful and egocentric, yet I can't bring myself to hate her. If we can meet again. She's not touching my horns. But she can record my voice with that loudspeaker as a keepsake, so... I'm getting close. I feel like I'm going to cry. Man, what am I supposed to do?
あらメイ、あなたに会うたびに嬉しくなるわ。
The specks of memory grew brighter, connecting into a warm sunshine.
私は嬉しいわ。メイと一緒にいて嬉しくならない人はいないでしょうね。
Those motes of light poured into the depths of her soul, forming a sea of
どう？
glitter.
ここが気に入った？それとも他のものが気に入ったのかしら？
Door after door of memory opened before her.
もやもやした気分を残すことは次に会うためのきっかけになるのよ。嬉しいでしょ？
Yeah. Her heart was tracing the girl out. We haven't even known each other for that long. But that's how she was, always popping up on every occasion and leaving impressions.
どんな感じ？私って思っていたよりもっと恥ずかしがり屋？
There's been nobody sincerer and purer than her.
その褒め言葉は少し早いと思うわよ。
In that case, the corner I see equals the entirety of the sea. Wait, what? In that case, the corner I see equals the entirety of the sea flowers.
みんなちゃんと覚えてる。
She's remembered everything the realm left behind.
そしてこれこそ私
So she shouldn't disappear from the realm's memory.
最初から変わらない私の譲れないことなの。きっと今のメイなら落ち着いて私の結末に向き合えるわね。
I don't think I can. You will keep your promise, won't you? You promised to tell me everything about Elysia and the 13th Tasha. I finally came to you. Answer me, Elysia. Like you always did. Wind suddenly rose in the unchanging memory space, just like the night before the girl vanished. Everything was indistinguishable from memory, as if it was anticipating the girl's return. May composed herself and pushed the door that stood between her and the girl open. But behind that door was nothing. Why am I so red? It's allergy season, guys. How come? The light vanished. Nothingness was all that she saw. She thought she heard the girl's laughter, but could not piece together the picture. Is my memory fogging? Or is it because I don't know her completely yet? At the same time, a strange sting shot up her body. It persisted deep in her brain. Oh god, what's happening? It's the hash of corruption. Oh god. The sting was eating away at her spirit. Even if it could not corrupt her, it would be with her. No, I can't stop here. She did not pause and kept going. Oh, we cannot let the hash of corruption take over. Oh, wait, I can't. The door vanished. No, let me go on. I can't move. Memory is leaving me. What? Come on, May. Go on. No, don't. No, what is happening? The pain dulled all the other senses. No, this is wrong. When everything inside blurred, the images deep down surfaced. Memories came rushing back. She saw the backs of flame chasers recede. This was a maze without an exit, yet they sacrificed themselves to open a door for May. Because what she sought was at the end of the path. The innocent girl came amid the ruins of Doomsday and illuminated the midnight with her immutable ego. Because of her existence, a fire burned in the darkest times. After 50,000 years, this fire was still alive. Its future should lie in a faraway place. Her story should not have ended so hastily. This road was not paved by one, and naturally shouldn't end in my hands. Elysia. Wait, why is the elf here? Miraculously, her vision clouded by pain grew clear. Why is the elf here? Elf Elysia. Wait, what is going on? True. That was so many parts ago, though. We? Who is it? Is it Eden? A soft call, like a drop of rain, fell into a world of white, and then it raised radiant waves. Eden. Why is the menu music here? Mein Eden. You're the last one. Why is she sitting there?
どうか許して。あなたの記憶空間の中では自由に移動できないから、代わりに妖精エリに動いてもらってたの。
Oh, weren't you supposed to find Griseo's key? Eden, I'm relieved to find you. So is this part of Sue's plan?
ええ。今までにあった出来事も
Good.
すでに全部把握してるわ。今楽園の中にいる記憶体はおそらく私一人だけでしょうね。
That is crazy. This chapter is like so long and so crazy, it's insane. Man. I'm sorry, it's all my fault. If only I were quicker.
自分を責めないでメイさん。エリの人生はとても多彩だったんだもの。楽園にいた短い時間で彼女の記憶を全部復元させるなんてそもそも無理があるわ。
So is that why Aiden is important? Because she's like filling the gaps that I need?
あなたはここに来てくれただけですでに最善を尽くしているわ。
Or like them together,
あと
maybe.
欠けた思い出はもう一つの思い出で保管しなければならない。あなたはエリに至るまでの99歩を進んでくれた。最後の一歩は私と妖精エリが変わりましょう。
エデンの言う通りね。
そうね。何せ彼女はエリが自分をモデルにして作った人形。エリの化身だからエリと同じ感情を持ってる。
Makes sense.
そして私は最も付き合いの長いエリの友人。果てしない時間を共に過ごし大事な思い出を作った。
Completing memories. But your sim, if you use your memory to complete Elysia, you will.
私は永遠にエリの一部になるでしょう。それってとてもロマンチックなことだと思わない？
Aiden.
心配しないでメイさん。私はどんな形でも死を恐れない。最もいいタイミングで最も美しい形で幕を下ろせばその演出は最良の形で終わる。そうすることが彼女の願いでもあるの。さて始めましょう。花を咲かせる時がようやく来
We
た
are
わ。
finally seeing the flowers bloom. Oh, there they are. So that's one. That one's Vilvi's, Aiden's, Griseo. No, Kevin's, right? But is that the one that Griseo had? I feel like that is the one that Griseo had, right? And maybe the one that May had from Elysia? Eden spread out her hand and bright light flowed from her palm, gradually converging into a gold and a purple crystal flower.
4つの水晶の花、4本の鍵。
On May's palm, a black and a blue crystal flower were shining like Eden's. Oh, Elysia gave me a crystal flower. Was it not one of the keys? Because I, like, May had Vilvi's and the one from Sue that he got from Kevin, right? Keeping a past together.
メイさん、私が言ったことをまだ覚えてるかしら。この水晶の花は英傑の中でも数人だけの秘密。ごめんなさい。その人たちの許可なしで全てを明かすことはできないの。
But I want to know.
これはお守りというより印のようなもので鍵でもある。
Like why she especially chose like these four people.
人々の知らない過去が封じ込められているのよ。
One whose vibrant colors seal an unknown past. Is it the final banquet? Of course I do. It's a matter of course. The Elysia and the realm didn't experience that night. So the only people who could bury it here were the others.
4人のパーティーの参加者は同時にあの夜この世を去った彼女を見届けた4人でもあるの。
Oh. So Kevin, Vilvi, Griseo, Eponia. Oh no, it was not Griseo. It was Eden and Eponia. Maybe? Or was it Eponia? No, I think like Eden had one as well, right? I don't know, man.
あのパーティーはエリが自分のために用意したお別れ。パーティーのすべては彼女が用意したの。
Her end as a
もちろん
house.
律者としての結末もね。私たちはあの日のことを決して忘れない。だから私たちは当時の記憶を残し、
The memory
その思い出を
that
解放
could
する鍵を
release
4
it.
つに分けたの。 今4つの水晶の花がここに集まった。そして秘密を保管していた者は全員では そろそろあの時のことを再び太陽の下にさらしましょう。
Let's go.
メイさん、残りのすべてはあなたに託すわね。
Eden held her hand. The crystal flowers shone in harmony as they wove the most precious memories belonging to the singer of an era's end.
どうかエリオ、私たちの希望をこの世に連れ戻してちょうだい。
When May woke up from the hazy past, she saw Eden leaning against the sofa with a golden goblet. In the memory space, fragments of light escaped her to join the glowing memories. Everything seems to be the same as when they first met, yet it was the end. Eden, can I ask you one last question?
もちろんよ、メイさん。私の残りの時間は全部あなたのものだから。
There's something I can't figure out. When the moth was tearing apart and she was under suspicion, to unite the survivors, Elysia volunteered to become the 13th Herrscher and confronted humanity. Wait, she volunteered, so she was not a Herrscher to begin with. In the end, she sacrificed herself and restored peace. Oh, so it was really like that the other, like the more compatible like person that Mobius was talking about, right? It was Elysia. Because like Mobius wanted to become like some sort of Herrscher of Corruption, right? But it seems like there was a person more fitting for the position, right? Crazy. This is the history I inferred from the Elysian archives and the remarks of Flame Chasers, but... Is that really the truth? How could she become a Herrscher? And how could she rouse humanity by... Wait, what? And how could she rouse humanity by sacrificing? If that's the real ending of Elysia, then why would the whole story of the 13th Herrscher be erased?
メイさんは本当に聡明ね。すでに気づいてるのね。その言い方に多くの不合理が存在することに。なぜならそれは一つの言い方に過ぎないからよ。彼女がなぜ去ったのか後世に説明するための言い方でしかないの。あらゆる不合理を合理的にする答えも一つだ。それがあなたのずっと探していた真相よ。
Eden smiled. Is that so? So, memories come flooding back. Those careless chats had already revealed the truth.
そうね。多分、私は本当に大きな嘘をついたのかもしれない。
Was the lie that she became a Herrscher? Instead, she was one from the beginning? I feel like I'm losing the plot now.
だって、私も怖かったのよ。私、ちゃんとできたのかしら。みんながどう思ったのかも気になるし。でも、彼らの反応から察するに、結果はいいものだったんでしょうね。でなければ、古の楽園にはエリシアがいないはずよ。ありがとう、メイ。こんな形であなたに出会えて本当にラッキーだったわ。あなたは私にずっと欲しいと思いながらも手の届かない贈り物をくれたの。
You brought me a gift that I could only dream. I feel like it is that Elysia was a Herrscher from the beginning, right? And she was so scared that no one would accept her, that they were like altering the history and saying that she willingly became one of them to fight them, and then she was sacrificing herself, right? What I feel like she's now saying about May and the gift that she like received from her was the thing that there are good Herrschers, right? The isolated words formed lines that guided everything toward the only answer. So Elysia, she was never the 13th Herrscher, right? She was not?
ええ。
Wait, what?
13は偽りの数字なの。
But she was a Herrscher. 13 is a false
エリ
number.
は世界にある嘘をついた。別れの際に愛する人々に真相を教えるためにね。
So no one except these like 4 people who attended her farewell party would know.
メイさん、私はとても嬉しいわ。
What is the answer? So she was a Herrscher, but which number was she?
答えを見つけたのだから。これがあなたが今までずっと探してた古の楽園に隠された最後の秘密。
Crazy.
火を追う英傑第2位、真我の命を持つエリシア。あらゆる人たちを愛するその少女は生まれながらにして。
So she was really born a Herrscher. But how? How can you be born as a Herrscher? Wait. I'm confused. Like there's this, like, I don't know. I don't know what to say. So she was born a Herrscher. Which number makes this then? Wait, is there always one who was born a Herrscher, or was she an exception? That is crazy. Like, I'm trying to wrap my head around like the whole story. So she said she was the 13th one. And they were covering up the fact that she was always a Herrscher, right? But that she was really like born on... Was she even born on this planet then? Isn't that weird? So wait. Let me... Okay, let me think a little bit about this. She was born a Herrscher. Like, if we think back to like the Herrscher of Corruption and the story, it was like kind of the same, right? It was born out of this void and then attached itself to May, right? But doesn't that mean that Elysia was like all the Herrschers that we know? Wait, guys, I'm trying to think what I want to say. Like, she is literally like every... Usually like the bad Herrschers, right? They are like this energy, like the bad energy that like controls people, right? But she was like born like this. But why is she good then? I'm confused. So this is the truth. No wonder Kevin was in pain. No wonder Mobius called her a traitor. No wonder my existence gratified her. If that's all true, then the ego behind her smile must be so lonely, so sad.
エリならきっとこう言うと思うわ。それは悲しみではなく喜びなの。幸せを持っていたことに嬉しくなるし、未来に現れる奇跡を期待するようにもなる。
Is that why she is Herrscher of human ego? Because she is a Herrscher that loves humanity more than the usual Honkai Herrscher does?
見て、メイさん。あなたの来訪こそ彼女が期待していた奇跡よ。寂しさに関してはエリは確かに寂しがり屋さんだったわ。彼女は水晶の花のように美しく無垢で脆い。彼女はあまりにも人類を愛し、あまりにも人類になりたいと願っていた。
And that is the reason she was so in love. But wouldn't it have taken time to like become in love with humanity for her to want to become a human? So what's her story when she was really born? You know, what was her goal? It's like the Herrscher of corruption story with like learning emotions and stuff like that. Is that like showing me what actually happened to Elysia as well, that she like was born into this world, but instead of like being corrupted or being corruptive, right, she learned to love humanity.
それがエリの背負ってた十字架であり、最後に運命を超えたどり着いた終点なのよ。だからメイさん、私たちの代わりにあの結末を見届けて。エリは扉の向こうであなたを待ってるわ。あなたの旅も すべての記憶の果てで咲くでしょう。
Will bloom eventually at the end of all memories.
そうすれば13英傑の最後の任務も終わらせられる。
I understand. Thank you, Eden. I promise you.
かくれんぼが始まるの楽しみだわ。
Shut up.
私かくれんぼでは一度も負けたことがないの。
Mm.
だからきっと彼女を連れ戻せるはずよ。
Yeah, we will.
こうやってのどかな時間を過ごしたのは久しぶりだわ。エリと知り合ったばかりの頃を思い出してしまうわね。休みがあると私のところにエリが来るの。そんな時私たちはこうして共にお酒をたしなんだ。まとまりのない話でも心が満たされた。
Mm.
本当に懐かしいわ。残念ながら今回もまた彼女に別れを告げておかないといけないわね。エリと共にフィナーレを楽しめないけど私は信じてるわ。彼女は変わらず私たちに最高の結末を与えてくれる。なら花向けとしてこの歌を捧げましょう。彼女の一番好きな歌で。エリシア、我が友よ、別れが来ませんように。時間が止まりますように。
Okay, guys, I would say we will end today's part here. In the next part, we will go and find Elysia. Like, that is crazy. Look at this. I feel like it's been such a long journey, but at the same time, it's been like going forward too fast. At the end of the last part, we had 4 fighters left, and then we lost Sue, Eponia. Like, we didn't even see the end of Eponia clearly, right? But we lost Sue, Eponia, and Hua at the same time. Basically, we lost Pardo again, right? She sacrificed herself to ensure that Kevin's attack will indeed reach the hash of corruption, right? And now the last thing with like Eden was crazy. She was the last one standing. She was there to provide us with the truth, to help us be able to recreate Elysia out of memories, because what we were missing were like the last pieces and like really like an understanding of who Elysia really is, right? And I feel like Elysia was so like friendly with like May from the beginning, because she had to like hide the fact that she was born as something that was seen as evil in the world, right? It's still crazy to me how she was born like this. I thought like she was kind of like always Elysia and maybe always be a Herrscher, but I never really thought that she was actually like, how do you get born as a Herrscher, right? Like each Herrscher is like kind of born with like possessing people, except for like the Herrscher of Corruption. Like most of the Herrschers we have encountered throughout like the current era story, right? They were just like people being possessed by the Honkai and turning into this like major Honkai beasts, right? So yeah, I don't really know how that worked, but since we are going to like recreate Elysia in the next part, I feel like we are going to get like more and more explanation on this. This part was really crazy, and I feel like with every part we are going on, I feel like the next one will be the last one, since Elysia is back and stuff like that. I guess she's like giving us some backstory, and then we enter the final banquet. But yeah, I feel like this is a good point to stop, to like let it sit. Also that we have lost everyone at this point now. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. I'm kind of shocked and I don't know what to say. I can't believe that we are actually doing this and that I'm losing like everyone. It's been like an emotional roller coaster going through like the Elysian Realm chapters here in general. Anyways, guys, let's end it now. I hope you enjoyed this part. I hope you enjoy my journey of Honkai Impact. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching and for stopping by, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.